I think it's glitched. Yeah, it's glitched. Well, you know what? We'll make it work today. Can I still do this though? That's the question. I had everything set up to stream the correct way. I brought a tripod. Okay, I guess it's forcing me to do it this way. Hello. Can we do it this way? Hello, hello. Can you see me? Can you hear me? It's broken. Yes, I'm blaming YouTube today. Normally I don't blame YouTube. Actually, I do blame YouTube a lot. But yeah, today it's actually broken. It will not let me change the orientation of the video. I really don't like. Well, you know what? We're gonna make it work anyway. We're gonna do this. We're here. I traveled. I traveled to get here. We're gonna do it anyway. We're gonna do it live, as they say in all the children's TV shows. How's everyone doing? Let me know you can if you can hear me, you can see me well. Hold on, hold on. I'm gonna put this on a little. At least I'm gonna put. At least I have a little bit of a tripod kind of thing here. I'm gonna see if I can at least put it on here, so we're not totally unable to hold this camera out from us. Okay, I think this kind of works. It's just a little bit shakier than I would like, and it's extremely bright today. So I'm gonna do my best to read everyone's comments. Okay. You said sound and video good. All right, that's good to hear. Then if I hold this, let's see if I can do this. If I hold it with two hands, I look really weird in public if anyone sees me. But I can comfortably, I think I can comfortably do this in vertical mode. Which for the record, it's not intentional. I absolutely love horizontal video, and I set it up horizontally. My phone is set to horizontal. Everything's horizontal. But the YouTube app says, no, Billy, today it has to be vertical. That's what YouTube's telling me. I got a memo. YouTube's CEO, I think her name's Susan. Yeah, Suze, I call her. Suze. I think she sent me a text message this morning actually, and she's like, hey, Billy boy. That's what we call each other. She's like, hey, Billy boy, today YouTube is we're trying a new experimental feature. It's called vertical only, and we're rolling it out to all devices in Seoul, Korea, with owners by the name of Billy. So I just wanted to reach out to you and let you know. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Where's everyone watching from? I see someone's watching from Jamaica. That's actually what prompted me to ask this right now, Jamaica. That is so cool. I would love to get to Jamaica someday. And really though, the main reason is because of the movie Cool Runnings. Watching that movie made me want to go to Jamaica. I know it's not even like, I don't even know if they actually filmed it in Jamaica. They probably just filmed it in Los Angeles or something. Let's see, Michigan, Trinidad, and Tobago, nice. Watching from Seoul, okay. Pyeongtaek, nice. Morocco, Maryland. I guess the benefit of of vertical video is that only I am in the video, so that it's kind of easy. I don't have to worry about like cropping people out or anything. But let's take a walk. So where am I actually? Actually, let's go back. I take it back. I changed my mind. Let me go back and show you where we are first. And then we're going to go take a walk together. See, Orlando, Maryland. The sun is like, it's really bright. So my phone isn't even that visible right now. So I'm like, where are you all from? I feel like an old man already. I mean, I'm 37, so technically I'm a very old man already. 37 is the new 77. I'm like squinting trying to read my phone. Got to put on my reading glasses. Arkansas, watching from Gangnam. Gangnam. Did you know that's where they made the song Gangnam Style? Actually, I'm sure they didn't record it in Gangnam. I am with this guy over here. Actually, he's the one who invited me to stream here because he's like, I was actually here recently, a couple days ago as well. And we met, we got acquainted. And he's like, hey, Billy. See, I know everyone. I know pretty much everyone here in Seoul. Some people ask me every day, they're like, hey, Billy, can you help me meet my favorite K-pop idol? You know, like my BTS members. I'm like, yeah, sure. I talked with them this morning. They're chill. You know, we got each other's deets. Someone says it was filmed here. It was filmed here. Okay, I'm sure they filmed parts of it around there, like the outdoor stuff. I'm talking about the studio stuff. Like the outdoor stuff, yeah, you can't do that in the studio. They're not going to use like that special wall of LEDs that they use for filming like The Mandalorian. They're not going to use that for filming a music video. But like the inside studio stuff, I wonder if it's a studio in Gangnam or if it's like, it's a studio in Los Angeles. Everything's in Los Angeles. Philadelphia. Okay, I'm just reading a few other people where they're from. How long do you think the average person spends walking in Korea? Oh, I could tell you this one. Well, actually, no, I can't. I lied. I can tell you what I normally spend. It's going to be around 8,000 steps on average is what I find that I get. Well, I'm just moving out of the way. There's some runners here. I don't want to block them. Actually, I'll just let them go first. They're faster than me. I'm slow. Okay, let's go around this way. I found that on a regular day, like I'm not going for a walk that day. I'm just kind of going to one place, then going to another place, just going around and around, doing filming, meeting people. It's an average around 8,000. And if I'm actually going for a walk and doing an activity, like going somewhere, then it's easily over 10,000. And a lot of days it'll be like 15,000. But for, yeah, just like regular stuff, say around 7,000, 8,000 is pretty average for me. It's funny, all these people. Yesterday, I was here as well, actually. I'm going to show you something. Let me see if you can see it. Back there, yes. I'm trying to see what's it look like. Can you see the K-Dome sign? Anyway, there is a, it's like a, what do you call it? A theater, like an amphitheater. It's like just a big concert hall for whatever they do. Yesterday, there was some K-pop group here doing a performance, I guess. I don't know. This area was flooded with people. And I admit, I'd never heard of the people before. Maybe I knew them, but I didn't see like a sign that said it's their concert. So I couldn't find out what the name of the group was because there was no name of the group on the photos. Or the name of the group was somewhere in the photos and I never recognized it. But yeah, there was some K-pop concert here yesterday. So I saw this whole area was flooded with people. If anyone knows what was going on in Olympic Park yesterday, let me know. There was some concert going on. No, it wasn't. It was a male group. Definitely a young, attractive Korean male group. About 4 or 5 guys. I hope I narrowed it down enough for you that you can figure out exactly who I'm talking about. So hopefully someone will let me know which group is that in the chat. It definitely like wasn't BTS or anything like that. Though if it was a legitimate, like one of those really, really big groups, there's no way I could have even entered this park. It would have been, the entire city would have been flooded. It wasn't like that big of a group. That's the only thing I know, is it wasn't the world's biggest K-pop group. TXT, I thought for a second TXT because there actually are some signs I saw some of the TXT members' faces plastered on the walls in the subway. But I didn't see, it wasn't anyone that I recognized. Though to be fair, I mean, I might not recognize them, so who knows? Maybe they look different than when I did the video of them from a year ago. Who knows? TXT is in the US. Okay, it wasn't TXT. I'm pretty sure it wasn't TXT, but I would feel embarrassed if it was, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't. What stadium? It was K-SPO Dome. I don't know. KSPO Dome. I don't know what that is, but it's here in Olympic Park. Olympic Kwon is what they call it. Literally just Olympic Park. And I feel like they had the word highlight everywhere. Highlight was everywhere. Like that's the word. It was like something, the highlight concert, highlight. So I was like, is the group's name Highlight? I've never heard of that in my entire life. Or was that their album name? So it's either the group name or the album name was Highlight, if that helps narrow things down. But I really can't tell you. I have no idea. Highlight is a group. Well, then there you go. That's the name. It was a Highlight concert then yesterday. I've never heard of them. Never seen them, but it was, I described it though perfectly for you, right? 4 or 5 young, attractive Korean males. It can't be anyone but them, right? I mean, there's no other group that could possibly fit that. I made it as specific as possible. Highlight Beast. Okay, maybe they rebranded then, I guess. Maybe they used to be called Beast and now they're called Highlight. I'm just kind of walking around here. They're building something. Oh, I think they're taking down a stage. So, let me see if I can. You can't really see it. Can I show? Does it show up here? Doesn't really show up here. Maybe we got to go closer. There's like a Barbie golf cart over there too. I swear, it's a pink golf cart straight out of the Barbie movie. Oh God, I actually want that. That'd be so sick to drive around a park in like a bright pink golf cart. Okay, I gotta show you the golf cart while I'm showing you this concert stage that they are reconstructing. Yes, this must have been the stage from yesterday. I wasn't in this area at all yesterday, so that explains why. Okay, here is the Barbie golf cart. Can you imagine you're just like relaxing in the park? Oh, there's the workers going up to it. I'm just like laughing at it and pointing at it and calling it Barbie golf cart. Then the 2 workers come up, they get in it and start working around it. Yeah, I'm not gonna go close to here. I think they're gonna kick me out if I do, but I'm gonna try to see if I can show you. Let me just swap the camera around for a second. Okay, you can kind of see here, that's the stage. Anyone looking at me doing this right now is gonna think, oh, that guy, American guy, is totally a fan of Highlight. Never heard of them. I'm sorry. They might be the world's best band. They might be the up-and-coming the future of Korea's tourism, taking over BTS, taking over Gangnam Style, taking over Blackpink, IU, everything. And I'm just like, I've never seen them before. But yeah, this looks like it would have been the concert venue for yesterday, or part of it. Am I sure they're taking it down or they're putting it up? They're taking it down, right? I can't. Yeah, they're taking it down. Okay. They're taking it down. I was like confused for a second because I seriously don't remember anything going on yesterday in this area. It was all people were waiting by the that concert hall area. Anyway, someone asked if I'm in a golf yard. No, they just use golf carts for everything. They kind of use it like, I mean, we do that in the US too. You just have if you need a golf cart for, like, security companies might have a golf cart and they ride around the neighborhood. People might have golf carts in smaller neighborhoods where they just kind of drive around from one place to the other. They just use them for kind of like mild, like you want a truck to get somewhere, but it's in an area with lots of foot traffic, so you can't really put a truck there. So get a golf cart, then you can at least carry around some stuff with you without having to walk all over the place. You know, events have golf carts. It's just kind of funny that it's hot pink. Like I could see it from a mile away. Rachel says, I'm learning from you right now. It's cool being on stream. I'm using the 100 Korean videos you put in a playlist, and it's finally good. Awesome. That's great to hear. Thanks for letting me know. How are you doing on it? What lesson are you up to? I am so happy that I had the opportunity to make that series because I never thought, I wanted to make it for a long time, but I never thought I'd have the opportunity to, because I knew that making a series like that would take like a year, and it did end up taking close to the entire year to do it. The only way I was able to make it was because of back in 2020. I don't know if many of you remember this, such a long time ago, but there was this this kind of crazy thing going around everywhere in Korea and in the US as well, and I think in other countries called COVID. That I said it was so long ago, I'm not sure how well you can remember it, but yeah, I just remember you couldn't go anywhere. So I was stuck at home. I had nothing to do for, I don't know, I knew it would be at least 4 or 5 months, and I'm like, okay, well, now's the time. So that's the whole reason I was able to make the series. If there was no COVID, that series would not exist. And I don't mean that I would have made it later. I mean, I could not have made it because I just knew how much time that would take. The newer series, though, you can make, I think it took me like 3 months from planning to finish for the recent series, which is coming out right now. But that's something I could do normally, and I did, as well as the last course, the Master Politeness Levels course. But that beginner course wouldn't have happened. So I'm actually really happy about that course. I'm not happy about COVID, obviously, that was terrible. But I'm happy about the time that I had to be able to make that course, because I always wanted to have my own free Korean curriculum. Okay, I'm gonna show you where we are. This is really cool. This is at Olympic Park, if you don't know. It's in Seoul. It's gigantic, so don't even bother trying to find me here. Even if you were here, you would not find me. It's so big. They have like all these big fields, tons of grass. Lots of people come here for photography. So like couples are here taking each other's photos. I saw a professional model, legitimately like a pro model, and like photographers, everyone surrounding her taking pictures and stuff. There were also, boyfriend, girlfriend taking each other's photos. Like the girl's like doing all these like poses, and the guy's holding her camera. He's like that the whole time, probably taking photos for like 5 minutes straight. But it's a really nice place to just come, kind of take a walk, get some photos. Purple says, I was there 5 minutes ago. Really? What were you doing here? Yeah, that's kind of the, if you hang out with a Korean girls, I'll say, guys less so, love taking their selfies. I mean, this might just be a worldwide phenomenon. Don't quote me on this. Billy said girls like taking selfies. Billy, can't believe you'd say something like that in 2024. No, it is mostly though girls that will do this. But yeah, you'll just see them kind of standing in a spot, taking like 50 photos of themselves, doing like different photos, like poses. I was trying to say photos and poses. Different poses, like different expressions, like that. And then, they delete every single one. They're like, I don't like any of these. Or they'll keep like one, and that's what they upload, and everyone's like, whoa, your photo's so beautiful. And they're like, ha, ha, ha. They'll never know I took 5,000 photos to get this one that I like. I went for a morning run. Oh, that's perfect. If you want to go for like a nice run, oh yeah, this place would be awesome for that. There are a few parks in Korea that are really, really nice for like a long run. This is one of them, but not everywhere. Some parks, though, I would say the roads are a little bit thinner, so it wouldn't be nice to take a walk. You'd bump into a bunch of people. But here it's really wide. See, look, they have all this stuff here. These are like little, I don't even know. They kind of look like dandelions. I know they're not dandelions. But yeah, let's walk through the not dandelions but looks like dandelions field. It's kind of nice. You can't really see it though. That's the problem. That's the problem with this vertical video is you can either see me or you can see the dandelions. Now I know for a fact that you want to see me, but the dandelions are also kind of nice. So I do want to show them sometimes. 도둑이다? What are you talking about? Looks like lettuce. It is not lettuce. Is it? Or is it? But you know what's funny? So I overheard someone talking yesterday, right at this spot. Some older lady. She was walking by and she was saying, "Oh, you can eat them. They taste good," to her friend. I was like, "What?" So apparently, wow, that sun is bright on my face. Apparently, these leaves are edible. Now, I'm not about to rip one off and eat it because I don't want to mess up this pristine area that's, obviously not supposed to be for food. I don't want to get kicked out of the park. But I'm also kind of curious. Maybe if I find one already on the floor, not that I pick one off, but if I can find one that is already on the floor, right? Totally sanitary. Maybe I should give it a little bite, give it a little taste. Yeah, I don't see any. I think if there were any, people already would have eaten them, right? Someone says, "You took over Duolingo." What are you talking about? Someone said, Hilda says, "Do people get sued for cutting them?" No, you wouldn't get sued, but if you're walking around here picking the flowers, they are I don't think there are any cameras around here, but there are some people who work here that kind of go around every once in a while. If they saw you doing that or they heard about someone doing that, like someone else saw you, then they would definitely kick you out. They'd probably give you a fine also for, destruction of property. I mean, it's not like you'd go to jail and pay $1 million or anything, but they might say "Oh, you got to pay $50 and you can't go to the park" or something. There is one on the floor. Okay. Just to prove I didn't pick it. They're two. They're very, very wilted, lying on the floor. Do I eat this? Or I'm just joking. I'm not going to eat that. Obviously, that's disgusting. 빌리 무슨 언어를 할 수 있어요? Fisho. I think you know the answer to that. The answer is Korean. Someone said taste it. No, it's not fresh. I have standards for these things. I don't want to eat leaves that have been sitting on the ground for days and days and who knows how long in the sun. That's not going to be the freshest of the leaves that I could eat while I'm here in Korea. There's some other stuff here. I've been here before once, I've been in this area a few times. I've been in this park once, so I know some of it, but I don't know a lot of I don't know where I am right now. Already I'm lost. Hey, Tanya. Or Tanya. What's the name of the park? It is Olympic Park in Seoul. Fisho says, "Go Billy, are you a believer of speaking early? Is that a religion?" The Church of Glorious Early Speech. My brethren, my sisters, we welcome you today as we gather here in service of our glorious methods of starting to speak early in the language acquisition process. I welcome you. I'm Pastor Billy. Everyone, please be seated, please. We'll get started in just a second. Yes. First, we have several orders of business to go over, and church business, of course. The first of which is tithes. Everyone today, starting today, I've been told that it has been asked of you to pay 50% of all of your income to me, Billy, so that I can continue to preach this gospel of starting to speak early. Strong believer of this faith. I have to confess that if you're learning a language, you should try to speak it. I mean, duh. If you're learning a language, should you practice speaking it? Is this a controversial statement in 2024? Yes. Yes. If you are trying to learn a language, and this is, I'm going to go out and say it. Any language, you should be practicing it, right? No? Anyway, yeah. So I will collect 50% of all of your income starting from today. You can forward that to P.O. Box Billy Go, care of Billy, Billy City, Billy Street. Yeah, something like that. I also take Venmo and Dogecoin. So yeah, please send that to me right now, and I will continue to teach you about the glorious ways of actually trying to practice speaking a language when you're trying to learn that language. I know it works. I can promise you that. Yeah, we are taking a stroll today. So if anyone who's just tuned in, there's no one around, so I'll show you what's going on. I'll try to keep the camera on me, except when I'm by myself, then I can show you some stuff. We're kind of walking around, we're just in a park. We're in Olympic Park. So it's a gigantic park, so I'm fine telling you where it is. No one really is gonna find me here anyway. Sometimes I don't want to say exactly where I am because I'm worried that someone's gonna like try to find me while I'm on stream, but here it's a very low chance of that. This park's gigantic. I guess the only way is if you're riding around in that pink Barbie golf cart, you probably could find me then. Otherwise, it's too big to really pinpoint someone without knowing exactly where they are. Okay. Speaking makes you use your brain. Well, yes. I mean, you're always using your brain, I'd hope. Except when you watch the Star Wars sequels. Oh, I said it. Otherwise, you're always supposed to be using your brain. So yeah, you want to be speaking as much as possible, and that doesn't have to be you're hiring a speaking teacher and talking for like hours every single day or anything like that. It's not. It's really, you just need to be practicing some of the stuff you're learning so that you can memorize it, you can retain it long term. Otherwise, you're just going to forget it after a day or so. You can't learn solely from lots and lots and lots of listening practice. It doesn't happen. It doesn't go over to your speaking quite as much as you might think. It does help, but it's not going to get you all the way there. On the other hand, I will say this. You're not going to learn Korean by only speaking either. That you're going to have to obviously have listening too. If you're just stuck in a room by yourself with a Korean book and you're talking to yourself all day, you're not going to be able to learn how to speak Korean. That's just not going to happen. It's a very nice day. There are lots of people. Oh, this is a nice, pretty area. I'm going to show you this for a sec. This is a pretty popular field. So there's a field right here, and I would say this is one of the most popular spots for married people or engaged people to take their wedding photos, like their engagement. I should say not wedding photos because they do engagement photos and wedding photos separately. Oh, hey, Kai, thank you. Let me switch back to my camera for a second. Thank you, Kai. You said it's not 50%. God, I hope not. I hope $5 is not 50% of your whole income. Here's my offering. Hold on, I'm trying to read in the sun. Let me turn this around. What's your favorite tote? Okay, my totes fave bias Korean food. So what food do I stan is what you're asking me specifically. Said, I'm trying Korean barbecue for the first time next week in the States. My favorite Korean food. I say this to everyone, and I really mean it, honestly. It's sundae. Sundae is the Korean blood sausage, and it's absolutely delicious. It is easily my favorite Korean food. Yeah. Um, Now there are other foods I also like, and I don't have sundae every single day. I'll have it maybe once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks if I'm super busy and I have like videos I have to film. But yeah, definitely that it would be sundae. I just love the texture of it. Uh, I don't really care about the smell. It doesn't have a good or bad smell to me, but really good texture, really nice flavor. And overall, I like that it tastes kind of healthy. It's like I'm eating sausage, but it's healthier than a sausage, if that makes sense. It's like a hot dog. But yeah, this place is, I say, one of the biggest places for married couples, or I guess engaged couples, I should say, to come and take photos. Specifically, there's a tree over here, which I'm going to show you in a second. I'm going there. I'll kind of show you here. Sorry, I know it's shaking. That's because I can't use my camera stabilizer like I was hoping. There's a tree over there, which everyone wants to take a photo next to. But right now, because it's a Monday morning, there's no one there. I do see someone is taking photos over there. But yeah, it's a really popular spot. Oh, and you also get a view of the beautiful Lotte, Lotte, Lotte Tower, which is right over there. That's that really tall building right there, which looks like a brush. Or I don't know, like just a triangle or something. God, Emperor of mankind, you ask. So powerful. I'm intimidated already by reading your name. You say, what's your favorite K-pop group? I don't have a favorite K-pop group because I don't listen to K-pop. It's a confession. I don't listen to any K-pop. I don't dislike it. I've got nothing against it. And some songs I do like, but I don't have like any, I don't have a group that I follow. There's no group that I especially like. If I have to pick any Korean music artists whatsoever, like anyone, is there anyone I follow at all? I kind of follow, yeah, I'd say I do follow. There's a hip hop producer, hip hop artist, I'll say, though he usually is producer and he's not the performer most of the time, known as Primary, who's just a guy who wears like a cardboard box on his head. I don't know, maybe he thinks he's not very attractive, but he wears a cardboard box over his head. And I like most of his music. So I would say I'm a fan of his, but if he had a concert, I don't know if I would go to it unless it was convenient for me. If it was in like not too far away, not too expensive, not too late at night, then yeah, I think I would go. But other than that, I don't really have a group that I follow. Now, that's not to say I wouldn't go to a K-pop group concert if someone invited me, or if there was one like right next to me or something like that. I mean, I'm fine with that. That could be a fun experience also, I think. JYP. JYP, oh man, so I don't know the guy, obviously. I'm not that big of a YouTuber yet, but from every clip that I can see of JYP, because I've watched a lot doing my videos of TXT analysis, BTS analysis, and then before that with Twice analysis. I've seen a lot of clips of JYP himself, the producer guy. He seems like a total goofball. Yeah, that's one way to put it. I actually think I could mesh with him. I think we could get along. He seems like my kind of guy. Yeah, but yeah, totally he seems like a goofball. JYP is behind me. Where? Buzz, look, an alien. Where? Ah! Yeah, so let me show you the spot that everyone takes a photo. If you come here, I recommend it. It's a pretty spot. Right here. This is the photo spot. So what you do is you sit there, and your girlfriend, your boyfriend, or whatever, your partner sits right there, and you get someone, or you bring a cell phone stand right there, and you take a photo like this. Exactly like that. And normally, okay, if you come here on a regular day in the afternoon or on a weekend, this photo is impossible. Why? Because there are going to be people walking around over there on the top of the hill, people walking around the tree area. You know, even though it's fenced off, you can't go to the tree. People walking around the sides. There are going to be people standing right in front of here. There's going to be some guy standing awkwardly taking a photo of the tree while you're right over here with a smartphone that's actually pointed the wrong direction. So if you want to get a photo, if you want to get this photo, you come here sometime in the morning. Like right now, it's like 10:30, 10:40. Like this time and you come here on a weekday. Yes, then you can get this photo. It's a nice photo, I think. I would also like to take this photo sometime. Maybe I'll bring my my waifu here, or my kiddo. But yeah, it's a pretty shot. Koreans love making these types of places called 포토존, which is just photo zone in English. You'll see lots of photo zones. Like every park, every location will have a photo zone spot, like some sort of structure that they put up purposely for people to use to take photos. So yeah, definitely that's a really nice spot. I'd recommend it. Someone asks, why are you not teaching in Hello Talk? I didn't know there are teachers there. I thought it's just for language exchange. I don't really use it that much though anymore. Hello Talk was, I mean, it still is an app. There aren't very many other options, so I still recommend it, but it used to be the app for language exchange. It was everything, and everything you want and more. And then the creators of it trashed it, I'll say, and it's gone downhill. Now, I still recommend it, which is funny. I'll say that it's terrible at the same time when I say that it's great. Because there aren't any other options. There's Hello Talk and there's Tandem, and that's if you want language exchange. And then there are 100 other apps if you want dating. That could also work if you're okay with dating. But for just language exchange, there's only Hello Talk and Tandem. And yeah, Tandem was supposed to be a better version of Hello Talk once Hello Talk decided to destroy their company. But Tandem also went the exact same way very quickly. Also, Tandem has a lot of bugs that they never fixed, and it's very slow. So I don't know. I mean, it used to be, though, it was like the greatest thing ever. But I don't really use it anymore. So I still recommend it if you're trying to do language exchange. Hello Talk is awesome still for that. It's just not as awesome as it used to be. I'll say it used to be way cooler. So if you see me recommending the app, that's my opinion on it. I still think it's the best app for language exchange, but it used to be way better. You said, I tried it and met some random creep. Let me guess, you're female. You uploaded a photo of your actual face. That's your mistake, is being a female on that app. I'm sorry. The app's weird. Yeah, that's both the one of the pros and cons of Hello Talk, and they kind of tried to fix it by making it, you have to have a paid membership to search by gender and search by location and stuff like that, which used to be free. However, by doing that, it just meant that the only creeps you get contacted with are the ones that have a little bit of money. That doesn't really end up filtering out anyone. So yeah, it's the same issue with that. You don't want to put like a clear, nice photo of your face onto those apps. You want to make it really clear. From the app, when you make your profile, make it really clear. Now, if you do want to use it for dating, that's totally fine. Just make that, make it clear what you want in the app, in the profile. And then you have to filter. Even as a guy, I still have to do a lot of filtering, like who would I actually reply to whenever someone sends me a message. You can kind of get a vibe of like, what type of person is this? What are they looking for? But yeah, unfortunately, as a woman, I'm not, but as a woman, you kind of have the short end of the stick for all of those dating apps. One of my friends, she also used Hello Talk, and she would be like, oh, how do you deal with all the messages you get all the time? Like, it's kind of, I stopped using it because I got too many messages. And I'm like, bah, too many messages. What are you talking about? But yeah, I would get maybe like one every week. And my friend would be getting like 10 every single day minimum. And yeah, it's partly just to do with your profile. If you set up the profile correctly, you can filter that out. So I recommend post a photo of yourself that does not clearly show your face, and preferably does not clearly show your figure. I mean, there are a lot of reasons why, but you want the person to, you want to know that the person talking with you is interested in you, not just for language exchange, but just you as a person, and not only interested in you because of what your face looks like or what your figure looks like. And then once you feel like, oh, you know, you're becoming a little closer with this person, you can kind of trust them, and you're thinking about meeting them, they still might be a creep. But once you get to that point, at least you'll know that they'll put up with you, that they're, you know, you have something in common is what I should say. It's not just going to be some random person, you know, just looking to quickly meet someone. It's going to be someone who actually is looking for maybe a friend at least. So that's what I recommend. William says, do you plan on moving to Korea? I mean, definitely no. Currently, no. Oh, this is like a walking path. Well, let me show you. Oh, wow. It's like a walking path. People are, I don't know where exactly they're walking to, but there, yeah, it's a walking path somewhere. I guess I could try it too. Kai says, I'm ugly, so I'll be fine. I'll say, as a guy, speaking as a guy, not as a Korean teacher right now, but speaking as a guy, you're not fine. I don't mean that as like an insult, like your looks, but I mean, you're not okay just assuming that because you don't consider yourself attractive, that you're going to be totally safe on the apps. I'll say that, and especially, not just especially in Korea, but just especially online in general. So just kind of do your best to protect yourself. You know, if you're fine meeting guys for dating, like that's cool. But I would still recommend making, you know, a photo and a profile photo and a profile that makes it clear exactly what you want. Just for your safety, just because you never know. Like someone being kind of weird when you meet them in person, that you can deal with that, but you don't want an actual creep. You know, there's a difference. There's a difference between just a weirdo like myself, and then there's an actual creep, which would, you know, bother you. So. YouTube Demons, I see you're using Google Translate. Did you write something before? I didn't read it. Dinah says, I want to go to Korea just to take the train to Busan. Are you talking about the train to Busan? Or are you talking about the train to Busan? Because there's a huge difference. I think you know what I'm talking about. The train to Busan is actually pretty non-eventful. I mean, I survived. Yeah, it's not really a big deal. You can take it. It costs about 50,000 won. Okay, let's do YouTube Demons. The reason is because your Korean is not natural. That's why I can tell you're using either, it's not ChatGPT, it would be more natural. I think you're using Google, or worse, you could be using Bing. I won't judge you if you're using Bing. A little bit I will, but I won't judge you too much if you're using Bing. Trust me, as a teacher especially, it's very easy to tell when someone is a native speaker or someone pretending to be a native speaker. You can't fool me. You can't fool me with that. 날씨가 어때요? Trevin, 날씨가 아주 좋습니다. 아주 좋아요. 아주 좋아요. It is like heaven weather today. If there's a heaven, they'll have a walking trail just like this, and the weather will be just like this. Maybe a little bit less harsh sun, but it's not hot, not burning. It's not cold. There's like a slight cool breeze. There's like birds flying around. There goes another bird. Green plants everywhere. I think clean air. It looks clean. Actually, maybe it's not too great, but it's not bad. I can see a little bit of the 미세먼지, which is like the fine dust particles for like low quality air. I can see a little bit way off in the distance, but it's not like covering all the air right now. Yeah, it's really nice today. Good weather for picnic, yes. This would be a perfect day to have a picnic. In fact, there are many people doing that right now. I can see, let me just switch my view over here for a second. Sorry. I'm not sure if we'll be able to see them from here. But I saw, you can't really see. You won't be able to see them, so I'll zoom in. And you still can't see them. There are a bunch of people in the shade having picnics. But like I said, the resolution's so low, you probably can't see them. But I can see them. My eyes are at least 4K. Hold on. Enormosaurus. What are you doing every time I'm in Korea? Enormosaurus. Oh, dang. 안녕하세요, 선생님. 명동에 가게 도장 사세요. 명동에 가게? 가게 도장? Yes. Yeah. You're talking about not Myeongdong, you mean 인사동. 인사동, right? 인사동. Oh my goodness. Okay, Enormosaurus, do I do 200 dabs or not? If I do 200 dabs, I'm going to go back. I know where I need to go to do those dabs. You decide. Visited the store near 삼지길. Yeah. That makes amazing dojang. Unless you're talking about an old video I did in Myeongdong, where I probably also mentioned they have stamps. I mean, you can get a stamp made pretty much anywhere, but I'm not sure which video, if it was the newer one that I did last year or one that I did back in like 2015 or something like that. You bought a stamp from there as a souvenir for my first trip to Korea last year. I highly recommend them. Some of those stamp stores are so cool. 200 dabs. Oh my God. Okay, we're doing this. I got to go back down the hill because there's the perfect spot for dabbing. Okay, we'll still talk. We'll still talk while we're going down there. It was the newer one last year. Yeah, okay. Yeah, as soon as you said Myeongdong, I'm like, wait, Myeongdong? I know Myeongdong has stamp makers, but I don't think I would have recommended them because typically that's more of an insadong thing. Oh, there are two, looks like high school kids, maybe college students. I can't tell from here. They're young, looking to take a photo. I'm going to totally take their photo for them if they're still there when I'm there. Okay, let's see if we can do this. 여기 사진 찍으시나요?
아니요, 저희 친구들 기다리고 있어요.
아, 그래요? 찍어드릴까요?
감사합니다.
네. 아까 찍으려는 거 봐가지고. 잠시만요. Well, I'm going to put this down for a second. I'm going to take their photo. 생방송이요. 네, 유튜브. 네, 유튜브 좋아요?
유튜브 많이 보죠.
아, 그래요?
카메라.
아, 괜찮아요. Okay, I'm gonna put everyone down for a second. You can take their photo. I'll be right back. 잠시만요. 아니, 앉아서 찍어야 될 것 같아요.
앉아서요?
네. 액자도 나오고 나무도 나오고 다 나오고. 오케이. 자, 하나, 둘, 셋. 아, 있는 거 없네. 하나, 둘, 셋. 한 장 더요? 네. 하나, 둘, 셋.
저희도 하나 찍어서 좀 봐봐요.
네네. 아, 저요?
네, 한번 찍어주세요.
아, 네. 근데 제 거 지금 생방송 중이어가지고 카메라 어플 키면
아, 그렇구나.
네, 안 될 것 같아요. 괜찮아요?
아, 예.
안녕하세요.
네, 감사합니다.
See you. Labs here. Okay, can I wonder if it's gonna fall over? Okay, this is too low. I think I need to do this. Okay. 혹시 친구분 금방 오시나요?
아, 좀 걸릴 것 같아요.
혹시 그럼 제 카메라를 들어주시겠어요?
그렇죠?
제가 아니 그 도네를 받아가지고 어떤 거 그 뎁 아시나요?
뎁?
네, 이렇게
예.
200번을 해야 되는데
200번이요?
네. 누가 200번을 주길래 200번 해야 되는데 여기 이렇게 들어주시겠어요?
아, 예, 좀
제가 빨리 할게요.
아, 예, 좋아요.
최대한 빨리 할게요. 감사합니다. Okay, here we go with your 200 downs. Okay. Thirty. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 60. 70. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 80. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100.
오케이.
100 more. 10 more. 60, 70, 80, 20. 40. 50.
거의 다 왔다, 거의 다 왔다.
60, 3, 4, 70, 4, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 190. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 200.
오케이.
200.
감사합니다.
감사합니다. 아이고. Thank you, Enormosaurus. Oh, please don't do that again. My social anxiety? Nah, it's fine. They're friendly. I could tell right when I started talking that they would have done, that they would do it. I got that feeling that they would be open to it. Okay, sorry if it cuts in and out or anything. I was putting the phone back on my tripod, and oh, now I'm all sweaty. I was putting the phone back on my tripod, so I kept hitting the power button. So, I don't know if you could hear me talking with them though, because I had my headphones plugged in. Hold on, let me plug them back in. There we go. I had my headphones plugged in for the part where I was talking with them. I don't know if you could hear, but oh man, my arms. Okay. Good thing you kind of heard. Okay. I wasn't sure if you'd be able to hear a little bit. Doing YouTube actually got me way more confident. Not overconfident, but had helped me get more comfortable with talking to people in Korean. Specifically, having to do interviews. So I filmed some interviews. Oh man, sorry, I'm like out of breath. I filmed some interviews just last week. I'll film some more tomorrow. If everything goes okay, I'll film some more tomorrow as well. Maybe a different spot. But doing the interview videos, which I have on my channel, I upload every year. Those ones I have to walk up to someone completely randomly. I don't know them, they don't know me. I have to tell them what I'm doing. I'm a YouTuber, I'm making a video right now about whatever the topic is. Do you have like a minute to help me out? And I have to do it a lot because most of the people I ask say no thanks, I'm waiting for someone, I'm busy, just no thank you, I don't want to, or don't film me. That's sometimes I'll get that, but I just have to keep doing it because I need to interview. Typically for each video, I'll try to get around 20 people, but it depends. Sometimes it's a little less, maybe 15. But like 15 to 20 people I have to get for every single interview for videos I do. And yeah, so I'm gonna head back up to this tower here where I was going before I so rudely got interrupted by enormous source donation. But thank you so much. I will treat myself to a nice lunch today because in the park here, they have an area in the front next to the subway station, which has a lot of restaurants. And the restaurants aren't anything to write home about, but they're not bad. They're okay. Yeah. So the only thing is they're a little bit expensive because this is kind of a popular area. Whenever you're in like a really popular area, not a regular park, but like a really popular park, then they'll have stores around, and those stores are always more expensive than what you can get other places, and usually not as good. But here they have a few restaurants that were actually look pretty good. So I think I'll get my lunch there today, and those are a little bit more expensive, so normally I wouldn't get it. Hilda says, where can I get a hat like yours? You can find this very hat from any street hat vendor, if I'm being honest. Nowadays, it's becoming a little less common because these hats, I believe, this specific one, I believe was made in like 2015, 2016, sometime around there. They started making this specific hat. And I'm guessing that they made like, I don't know, 100,000 of them or 1 million or something like that. So a lot, but not too many. And it wasn't the most popular kind at the time. So you can still find people that have stock. They might not have this exact same color, but they'll have this same hat. It also came in a gray color and a white color, gray and a black, I believe, were the other two colors that you can find it in. I'm just gonna hang out here in the shade for a second. Those, I think, are those same two people? Oh, I think it is. No, it can't be. No, it must be two other people. Let's see, can I show you here? Okay, right where I was before, you can barely see it, but the little tiny pink pixel on the right, next to the tiny black pixel, that's a couple doing their engagement photos. Yeah. So yeah, if you come here, you will definitely see people taking their engagement photos here. Oh, by the way, Enormosaur, how much was your stamp? You didn't tell me that, because the really nice stamps are also pretty expensive. I'll just say they might cost more than what you spent to make me dab 200 times. Some of them are like really expensive. Other ones of them they had some that were like $50, but I remember the really beautiful ones, those were like $100, $200, $300. But I mean, they look like gorgeous, so it's not like you're getting ripped off. They're like really nice. But I'm just curious, which one did you get? Or what does it look like? while we're on the question. Ria says, are they similar to the stamps in Japan? I haven't seen the stamps in Japan clearly enough, so I can't compare. In Korea, stamps are used for a variety of things. Nowadays, you'll need I think they still need them unless they're changing. You need a little stamp for your name, which you use as your signature on legal documents. And so instead of signing your signature the same way every time, what you do is you bring that stamp whenever you go to the bank, and that counts as your signature, and that will look the exact same every single time. So you don't want someone to steal your stamp, or they would be able to technically forge your signature. Now, of course, it's still illegal, but it could happen. Those types of stamps, though, however, that you buy at the markets, they're the same concept, just that they're not used legally unless you register them as your legal stamp, which I believe you actually, I think you can do. Like if you wanted to open someone correct me if I'm wrong, if there's a native Korean here, but if you were to buy one of those expensive stamps in Insadong, you could technically register it as your official stamp at the bank. And then they would accept that as every time you want to stamp your name. But if you're getting a stamp that has like your family name or something else on it, I don't think that would be accepted. That would have to be like, because it's your whole family's name on that or something like that. So I'm not exactly sure how it works, but you could use it for the same sort of purpose. But they're usually just for tourists to kind of get something pretty from Korea that you can maybe stamp on your letters. Like when you write to your friends, like, oh, I'm in Korea right now. And then you write your letter and you put your stamp at the bottom of it, which is really cool. A purple hibiscus, because it's Korean flower, is around $95. Very pretty, but $95 sounds like a good deal. Those stamps are not mass made. They're not just stamped out, if you know what I mean. They put a lot of care into them. They're handmade. I understand that they can get really, really expensive for some of like the super, super nice ones. But if you got one that looks very nice, custom, $95, that sounds like a good deal, because the simple ones that you can buy on the street side, like really basic ones that just have your name and frankly, I think look kind of ugly. Those ones are like $40, like 40 to 50,000 won for those. The really cheap ones are like 20, but those are like, don't even get one. There's no point. So if you got a really nice one for 95, that sounds like you got a good deal, or at least it sounds like you got a fair price for what you paid. Even if I don't see it, just hearing that description sounds like it. Still trying to catch my breath. The married couple is now, or engaged couple, is now walking off to a different spot. Oh, I just remembered I got something. Hold on. Ta-da! I brought water. Not because I thought I'd be doing dabs. I definitely didn't think I'd be doing that many dabs. I was just thinking because I'm going to be outside all day, walking around, probably need some water. But, okay, I feel a little bit better now. $300, $400 station stamps. Oh yeah, the station stamps, sure. But they don't do that kind of thing here. Yeah, you can get small stamps at tourist spots in Korea for like less than $10, where all they are is just a stamp of something. Like it already has the name on it. Those ones, because they can be mass produced, they can just put them in a factory and hand it over to some guy, I don't know, some teenager, who knows, who just puts it in the machine, presses the button, takes that out of the machine, puts the next one in, and does them like that. The customization process is actually the least work-intensive process of the entire thing, because those are just done by a machine, like an engraving machine, like that they upload the design, and the engraving machine just cuts out whatever they put in. That takes no skill. It doesn't take much time either. What does take time is the actual the stamp itself. So the really cheap ones are just a piece of wood that are just shot out really quick from a machine, and they spray some like glaze over the end, and that's it. Like there's nothing on it. The really nice ones though are handmade. My parents made me a stamp and registered it for me when I was little. Probably most natives don't know how to do it until they get kids of their own. Yeah. Oh, are you a native Korean? Okay. It sounds like you are by what you're saying, but you could be from a different country. But yeah, I think most people don't know the process for it, and that includes me. I don't know the process for it either. Do they use stamps instead of signature? Oh, you're asking the other person, but yeah, they'll tell you yes as well. They use stamps. I don't know if it's only instead of signature, but there are many places where you need your stamp specifically for it. I know like banks, you still need your stamp. I believe contracts, a lot of legal contracts also, you'll do the stamp, but I think they might also accept a signature. So it depends. Oh, okay. See, now I've caught my breath again from all those dabs. Now I'm losing my breath once more from this hike. I don't know where it goes up to. Well, let me show you where I am. So now we're getting closer. Oh, you can't even see the tower anymore. What is that? Hold on. Some little random pagoda. Let's keep going. I don't know what's up here. Maybe this is the end. Maybe this is the end of our journey for the hike anyway. And then we can go back down if it is. There's still tons of stuff in this park that we haven't seen yet. Oh, it's getting steeper. Someone said there's no yellow dust. Yeah, not right now. That's known as hwangsa. Hwangsa literally means yellow sand. So it's literally just the same word. That is, I believe, in March? I can't remember. I think it's like in March. It's a little bit earlier, so I missed it. That's separate. That's mostly, well, pretty much all from the Gobi Desert. Where is that? Somewhere around China. There's a big desert. And every year with the wind currents, a lot of that dust, not the sand itself, like not the grains, but like the dust from the sand, it's yellow and it blows over into Korea. And what that does is makes the air bad for that period of time where it blows over. It's not that long, but during that time, the air is especially bad from that dust. And it also can coat, at least it did before. I haven't seen it recently because I usually am not in Korea during that time anymore. But it would like maybe make a light layer of yellow dust over like car windows, stuff like that. We still had some in April. Okay, this trip I came here in May, the very beginning of May. So I missed that. But I also unfortunately missed cherry blossom season. I missed a lot of stuff by not being here in April. So I kind of want to come here in April sometime, just to get that, not just the April weather, but like, yeah, cherry blossoms, like the different scenery, and really breathe in some of that yellow dust while I'm here. But no, it'd be nice to come here sometime in April. Okay, let's take a few questions. Purple says, I'm a native from Seoul, got recommended your channel a few years ago, and it's amazing to see people so interested about our country. Oh, Purple, I didn't even notice you're a native. You're just speaking in English so well. Oh, there's the people who I took their photos before. Now they met up with their friends. Okay. If anyone sees me in this park right now, I'm like holding this like selfie stick tightly with both hands so it doesn't shake. Okay. All right, we're at a crossroads here. Korean, they would call it 갈림길. So we can go right or we can go left. Right looks like it goes down. I'm sorry, right looks like it kind of goes up and around. and left goes down somewhere. So which one is it going to be? Which one do you pick? Do you go right or left? We got 1 vote for left. It's going to be the first direction to get 4 votes. We'll do it with 4. Okay, 2 votes for left, 1 vote for right, 3 votes for left, 1 more vote for left, and we go left. Okay, left. Left wins. Kai votes up. Up. Well, let's see here. What can we do? Up. Well, I can go up, but really I'm only limited by the top of that tree there. So I think I'm gonna go left, since left has a few more votes. But we'll go up next time, I promise. M. Jun says the road less traveled. Yes. You know, it's funny. So if you know me, I like randomly sharing facts that nobody asked for. So here's one. This shows how much I learned in high school. I forgot. We learned that poem, The Road Less Traveled, back in high school. And I remember, and still every time I hear people quoting it, they're like mentioning how it's emphasizing that it's important to do what everyone else isn't doing, right? You want to be unique. But then I learned, just like last year, I believe, where someone posted the poem and the analysis of it, and it's the opposite. Apparently the poem is regret for having taken the road less traveled because it wasn't easy and it made your life horrible. Something like that. It's like a poem about regret. Welcome to, in fact, I'm going to be rebranding my channel. It's going to be Go Billy Poems, starting with the road less traveled, and maybe we'll go on to something else for next semester. See, I'm studying at PNU in the spring. What places should I visit in Busan? Oh, Busan. Well, doesn't have that many places. As someone who lived there for a while, it's. Oh, there. Okay, I can show you. There's you can't see their faces anyway, so I'm okay showing them. It's like they're looking at their photos, the engaged couple, taking some photos down there. Yeah, if you want to take some photos in Korea, then come here. It's like a free outdoor photo studio, which is cool because, you know, if you come here on a weekday, just like those people, you can get photos where like you're literally the only people in the photo for like this gigantic field. Like you see how big this field is. It's like all the way down there. There's that tree that I showed you before is way down there. All this area. So you want to get like some pretty photos where you're like on a hill or by trees or just kind of frolicking in the field or something like that. Yeah, you can get them here. And you don't even have to leave Seoul, which is the nice thing. Just you do have to come here on a weekday. As someone who's been here a couple times on the weekend, there's no way you'd be able to get a photo here by yourself. You'd be competing with lots of people. Okay, let's see. Enormous Source says, I'm trying to be more structured in my learning. Do you have recommendations on how often to review versus how often to learn new things? Do both every day in a half-hour time frame or break it up by day. You definitely want to be spending more time reviewing, I'll put this in quotes right now, than you are learning new things. The reason is that while obvious, you think it'd be the other way. You think you want to spend most of your time learning new things, right? So that you learn faster. You need to learn X, Y, and Z to speak Korean. So learn X, Y, and Z, and now you know it. But you forget the overwhelming majority of things you learn, you're going to forget. And the more things that you try to cram in your brain at once, the more things you forget. So it's actually counterproductive to spend all of your time trying to learn new things. But I put reviewing in quotes. Okay, so first of all, if it's between reviewing and learning new things, reviewing is better. But I put that in quotes because reviewing doesn't mean looking through your notes and rereading the things that you already learned. It includes that, but that's not it. Reviewing is any sort of thing that's like refreshing your memory on what you've learned. And that really includes things like speaking practice, listening practice, watching resources that are simply in Korean. So it doesn't necessarily have to be you're opening up your notebook and just relearning the things that you already learned, which is boring, like you think I already know these. But it's other things that are on top of that. So yeah, I would say reviewing. New things, you don't need to learn too many. I wouldn't go more than 10, 15 vocabulary words a day. Don't try to like cram too much. Same with grammar. Don't try to cram like a bunch of grammar forms in one day. You'll learn them, you'll understand them, you'll think I got it, and then the very next day you'll forget it, and in your next conversation you won't be able to use it. The grammar is not. You need to know grammar and you need to make sure you're reviewing it, but it's something that you're not going to actually learn until you can feel it. And in order to feel it, you're going to have a lot of exposure and a lot of practice using it before you can feel it. Because when I'm speaking Korean, I'm not thinking about, oh, should I use this grammar form or this grammar form? Oh, maybe I'll use, but if I use this one, would it make sense? Because at this point, I already can feel it. But I didn't get that way magically. I got that way over years and years of listening to it, being used in various situations, and practicing it myself, and having people go, what'd you say? And then trying to restate what I wanted to say. Like a lot of that happens to get to the point where you can feel it. So don't spend too much time studying new things every single day. If you have unlimited time, sure, spend all day, do 4 hours a day of studying. Like I used to do that when I was first learning Korean. Spend 3-4 hours a day of just like sit down studying new things, and then spend like 6-8 hours a day practicing and listening to it. But if you have to prioritize one, I would prioritize the speaking and listening over that. Make sure you're getting plenty of exposure to hear the language and opportunities to use it. And then in order to improve your using of it, that's when you learn new things. So you can have more ways of saying things. Okay, I wish I could show you exactly what we're walking around. But okay, I'll kind of give you a view here. Something's up there. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that blue thing is covering. It's not a hill, some sort of structure. Maybe they're growing plants and that's like a green. No, it wouldn't be. Greenhouses are green, not blue. I don't know what they're doing over there. Billy, were you ever timid to speak to native speakers? Oh gosh, yes. A lot. You just have to do it. Or were you eager to speak with them? No. Still today, because I am, and my friends who know me know this, I'm an introvert. I have, at least now much less, anxiety about that sort of thing. It's not so much anxiety of saying the wrong thing. It's like anxiety of being judged, I guess. Maybe it's partially like my pride. But yeah, I have some of that. It's much better though. Since I started doing this channel and other things, I've gotten much better at it. But yeah, no, I'm definitely still more introverted. And I'm not excited when I get to, sometimes it's not terrible, but I'm not like excited about that I'm going to be going up and talking with someone most of the time. Most of the time it's more like, what should I say? Okay, let's just do it. But it gets better. It gets better with time. And I wish I could say there's a shortcut, like just do this and you'll be more comfortable. Although I can say, if you start a YouTube channel where you're interviewing Koreans and speaking Korean, it does get better a lot faster than if you don't. So maybe I'll do that. I recommend every single person who's learning Korean, start a YouTube channel or Instagram or something, vlog about your journey learning the language and try to speak with people in that way. And it does help. Cats. I don't know why there's just cats here. cat just sneezed. Yeah, so CH or so channel says Koreans don't expect you to speak Korean, so they won't judge you for making mistakes. Boy, is that true. They won't even expect you to speak Korean while you're speaking Korean to their face. They won't expect you to be like they won't think that you can keep going with it. So if you're using Korean in the middle of a conversation, they'll like still stop. They'll be like, "Wait, wow, your Korean's good." It doesn't matter how long you've been talking for. Like, "Oh, you speak Korean?" They'll ask you maybe after you've already introduced yourself in Korean. In fact, that actually just even happened yesterday when I was at this park. Some old man walked up to me and what did he say? Oh, he asked me what am I doing here? Where am I from? And I was in Korean. I replied in Korean. I told 미국 사람이요. Yeah, I was like, oh, I'm from America. He's like, where in America? I'm like, oh, LA, you know, LA. Oh, LA 아시나요? You know, talking all the regular things. And then after we've been talking for like 10 seconds, so we'd done all the intros, he asked me, do you know Korean? In Korean. I'm like, I thought we established that. Yes. And that's for older people who are still much more surprised about it. But younger people still too, you'll get that where nobody expects you to speak Korean. If you know anything, it's good. So people are not, they're not going to be surprised if you make a mistake. They're surprised when you don't make mistakes. Tanya says, is there any part of the Korean language you still have trouble with? Yeah, sure. I'm a student of Korean. I've been learning now since 2005. So as of this month, I think, or April, I can't remember if it was March or April or May, or sometime around this year, this time of the year, I've been learning now for 19 years. And I'm still learning. So what am I learning? A couple years ago, I started focusing a little bit more on like business technical Korean. A lot of what I'm learning these days is like terminology. So it's not going to be like basic grammar forms, obviously, but it'll be specific terminology used when you're talking about a subject. Like, yeah, like I'm trying to think, what would be something recent I added? Can't remember the word. I'd have to check my vocabulary list to find something that I added recently, because I haven't added a word in a couple days now. But anytime I see something new, I'll write it down. Hold on. Oh, never mind. It's just a motorcycle guy. Yeah, it's like terminology stuff. Stuff that like, oh yeah, okay. There's like, I was trying to think of like the most random one I've got from like, I think I got it from like a video game. It's like 검은 마술을 뻗치다, which is, it's the most random thing in the world. And I'm like laughing while I'm saying it. It's like to exert one's dark hand on something. It sounds like exactly what it is. It's like to exert someone's exerting their evil influence on something. It's like some stupid phrase, but like that sort of stuff, like I write it down because what? I didn't know it. Am I ever going to need it? No. But what else am I going to write down? What else? What else am I going to write down? If it's like, it'll be like plant names. I think like red sandalwood is one of the most recent plant names I wrote down. Tadan. Although it's not that uncommon, but it's like a type of wood. Just like 치자나무, which would be like a gardenia tree. I think it's a tree. Yeah. It's like, would you ever need it? No. But who knows? You might see a sign and someone's like, hey, what does that mean? And you're like, well, since I read Korean and I can't read the English that's also written directly below it that already says gardenia tree, I can tell you that I know this word is a gardenia tree. And then they'll be really impressed. So that's the kind of stuff is the nice way of putting it, that I'm adding to my vocabulary list these days. But yeah, I'm still learning lots and lots of new stuff. Every day I'll write down stuff that I don't recognize, and then I'll go home later, maybe the same night if I have time, or the next day, and go through my phone and write all that stuff into my vocabulary deck, and then I review it. But yeah. Let's just see here. I'm gonna, let's see, Hilda, is that you? Lily, do you two know each other? What's going on? Is there someone else doing a live right now? How dare someone do a live at the same time as me? How dare they? Don't they know that when I go live, they go dark? That's been the rule. How dare they? I feel betrayed. I feel hurt, disappointed. I don't even know how to express my feelings right now. Can't believe that they would do this. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. I can't believe it. Okay, it's really bright outside again. Yeah, let's see. Ask your, they go dark. On YouTube, we are always in the same chat. How does that work? Kai asks a question about me. Says, have you always known you wanted to be a teacher, or have you ever did you want to be, what is this English? Have you ever had a dream that's you had that you wanted to be a Korean teacher, or like in a school? No, I didn't even want to be a Korean teacher when I started my YouTube channel. Not in the beginning. I just started it for fun. I just started this because there were people that were asking me that, well, not just asking me, but asking online. So like online forums, there used to be more online forums. And then it changed to Reddit, other places like that, where people were asking all these repetitive Korean questions over and over again. And I would answer them in comments and try to help, but then they would still ask them. And I felt weird copy pasting my answers. So I'm like, I'll just make some of these into videos. So I started my YouTube channel like that. Just make a few fun videos. You know, I'll act goofy. I'll play around with the teddy bear. I'll wear these clothes just because I had them in my closet. I wasn't using them. It wasn't supposed to be a thing. And it only became a thing because of subscribers like you. I'm not sure how many of you have been watching since the beginning, but the subscribers I got in the beginning are the reason why I kept going with it. Otherwise, this 100% would have just been maybe like 10 videos, 10, 20 videos. Yeah, I had no intention of making it into a regular thing at all. And no intention of being a Korean teacher, because I didn't see myself as a Korean teacher. I saw myself as a Korean student who was just trying to lend a hand to other people who are learning. And then I think in like 2014, so like a couple of years after starting the channel, 14 or 15. Anyway, I can't remember exactly. I met another person who was doing YouTube, and they told me, they're like, "Oh, Billy, you're the reason that I started my YouTube channel." And I was like, "What?" So that was kind of when I realized, like, oh, I guess I'm a teacher now. I guess this is a thing. But yeah, it wouldn't have gone anywhere if it wasn't for people in the beginning who were subscribed to me that were like motivating me and encouraging me to make more videos. So it's thanks to them. Let's see. Kai said, "I'm natively English." No, I'm just teasing you. Sometimes it's the native speakers who have the worst usage of their language, and it's the same with Korean. The most Korean mistakes I'll see aren't from learners. Like, learners will completely, they'll make a sentence that doesn't make any sense, so I don't count that. But of like the sentences that do make sense, it's like native Koreans who I hear misuse their own stuff all the time. Purple is asking, what's your MBTI? Okay, well, I mentioned a few minutes ago that I am introvert. So I'm definitely an introvert, so I'm definitely I. For clarity though, MBTI doesn't mean anything. I don't believe it. It doesn't accurately represent people. And people's MBTI changes. You take the test one day, it's one thing. You take the test the next, an hour later, and you get something slightly different. But in general, it's not terrible. So I'm I, S, F, J. And I'm pretty solidly those descriptors. I think they match me better. Although, you know, nothing is perfect. No one's MBTI like perfectly reflects them. But those are, if I have to pick which of the flavors I'll go for, it's going to be ISFJ. Ray Chang asks, how can I buy a t-shirt and hat like yours? Well, I said that the hat you can actually buy from any person selling hats in any market. Just go in the market and show them a picture of me and say, would you have this hat? They'll know the hat. It's not like a rare hat. They might not have it, but they'll know the hat because this company, Tongnim is the company, and they make lots of hats. They supply all of these types of hats. They all have this exact same rip pattern on the front. So they all have the same sort of scarring on them. This pattern here is the same on all the hats. And this color, this exact blue color, is also one of the colors they provide in all of their hats. So it's a recognizable hat. If you're a hat dealer, the scary, very illegal world of hat dealing in Korea, you get caught, you could face fines up to 5 years in maximum security prison and deportation. But yeah, if you can find the right hat dealer, I know a guy in Namdaemun Market. But yeah, you can find it pretty much anywhere, and it's like $10, or I shouldn't say $10. That's 10,000 won. What is that? Some exercise class, I think. And then the shirt, though, you can't get the shirt because the company that makes the shirt, Hum, H-U-M, is a Korean company. But as far as I know, they no longer supply this type of shirt or this pattern. So you might be able to find something similar to it, though. You can search for Cheku Muni, which means checkered pattern. And a checkered pattern shirt will look like kind of like this. So you might be able to find something similar enough. But the exact shirt, yeah, they don't make it anymore. But it's okay because I have like 6 of these, 5 or 6 of them. So it's not really a problem. I'm not worried about losing the shirts or the hats. I have a duplicate of this hat. This one is actually my Korea hat. It's not the same one as in the US. It's the exact same one, but it's not the same. Yeah, I have 2 of these exact same one. And then the original hat that I have in my older videos, I still have that too. I just don't wear it because I'm scared of losing it or damaging it. That one just says California on it. And I only have 1 of those. So that's why I don't wear it, because it's so rare. Leanne Morris, Leanne, I guess it's Leanne, sorry. I can't English. You say, I have a teacher that's Korean, but it's also helpful to watch you explain what we're learning in native English. Yeah, I hear that a lot, and I definitely appreciate that, and that's what I'm going for. I don't want to be everyone's only Korean teacher. I don't want to be the only thing that, sorry, I'm just going quickly to get out of the parking lot. I don't want to be everyone's only resource for learning Korean. I think that people learn better with multiple resources. But I am really happy when I hear that people use me alongside whatever else they're using. That's definitely my goal. Clutch Shadow asks, if I can pick any time to visit Korea, which part of the year should I choose? It's going to be spring or fall. Of those 2, I think fall is going to be a little bit nicer. Because spring can be expensive to come during. You'll have to deal with a little bit worse 미세먼지, so a little bit worse of the air. The air quality is not as good. It's not terrible, but if you're sensitive to it like I am, then it's kind of not great. Normally I would be wearing a mask if I wasn't live streaming right now, just because I'm a little bit sensitive to that. But spring is okay, so that would be April and May. Or, let's see, when would this be? October, November would also be nice for fall. Of those 2, if you can only pick one, I would say October, November. But yeah, either one's fine. Yeah, hold on, there's like a gigantic group of kids passing by. I think they're on a field trip. I'm gonna wait till they go by. Okay, let's take another question. Jay Swift says, "Whiting." Yeah, thanks. Sprinkles asks, many times, if I scroll up, I see they keep asking, how long did it take you to learn Korean? How long did it take you to learn Korean? How long did it take you to learn Korean? How long did it take you to learn Korean? How long did it take you to learn Korean? How long did it take you to learn Korean? I'm just reading all their comments. And then hi. Okay. All right. Well, since you've asked so many times, not annoying at all, I'll say, I will answer your question. How long did it take me to learn Korean? I've been learning Korean for 19 years. Okay. Next question. Then you bought your hat in Korea. Yes, I did. This is from Korea. In fact, my entire outfit, except this shirt, my entire outfit is from Korea, including normally it would include my shoes, but I actually got these shoes from the US, but normally it would include my entire outfit. And there was a time when I was even wearing jeans that I got from Korea and underwear that I got from Korea. No joke. There was a time in some of my videos where everything was Korean. Except for me, I'm white. Obviously, if you didn't know that, maybe it's a shocker for some of you. Kai says, I don't remember where. Maybe it was Natalie. Oh, maybe Natalia. But I heard the advice: when a toddler makes a mistake when they're learning to speak, no one judges them or looks down on them. Yeah. It might have been her. I met her once. She's really cool. I would meet her again if she's watching. What's up? Korean Academy, welcome. Are you a Korean teaching YouTube channel as well? I'm guessing by your name. Unless your parents hated you and they named you Korean Academy. It's on your license. You don't want to get pulled over by the cops just because you don't want to have to explain it. They're like, your name? You're like, yeah, my parents, we didn't have a good relationship since I was born. And they're like, the cops like, but you're white. I'm like, yeah, I don't look Korean, but I'll change it when I get older. Keith asks, have you had Isaac toast yet? No, I haven't had Isaac toast yet. I also haven't had chicken yet. It's a catastrophe. I know. I wanted to have chicken from 3 days ago, but the times I wanted to have chicken were like 10, 11 in the morning or early lunchtime. And all the chicken places that looked decent opened from like 4 p.m. In fact, that's a normal thing with chicken restaurants. If you're not ordering it to be delivered to your house, then the restaurant, even the franchises aren't open. So I'm looking for a place that I can go and sit down and order. But the only places that have chicken that you can do that are like bars, locations that cater to people who are eating dinner there and drinking. And those are all open from like 4 o'clock. There are franchises that open earlier for lunch, but then you have to have them delivered to your apartment. And I don't want to eat it in my apartment by myself. I want to go out and sit down, get a soda, get a bunch of that pickled radish, the white square radish. Chicken mu is what they call it, mu for radish. Get some of that. I just want to eat it at an actual restaurant and not deal with all of the trash that I'm going to have to clean up if I have it in my apartment. Because I'm trying not to make like food trash. I don't want my apartment to smell, and I don't want to have to throw out the trash every single day to keep it from smelling. So I just don't want to eat food at my apartment. I haven't had it yet. If there's a chicken restaurant here, I can get that. If there's Isaac toast here, I can get that. I haven't had either of them yet. Can you recommend the best gopchang jeep in Seoul? Oh, okay. You want to go near Yeongdeungpo. Yeongdeungpo has a lot of those. They have a like gopchang street area. And it's not that you're going to get the best gopchang there, because you can get good gopchang anywhere. But because there are so many gopchang restaurants, you're going to get default something that's okay. So there's less chance that you're going to get something that's absolutely terrible, because all of the places around that area are decent. So I'd recommend starting there, but that's not to say you can't find good gopchang anywhere in Korea. It's not like you have to be close to the farm to get good gopchang or anything like that. But I also have had some gopchang that's like really, really so-so, like not good. So yeah, just check the reviews, but there isn't like a one best place for that I know of. Get some BHC. Purinkle, yeah, Purinkle is the only reason to go to BHC in my opinion. That's their only item that's worth getting. I'm not a fan of BHC though in general. That's my least favorite of all the Korean chicken, but their Purinkle one is good. I'll give them that. For regular chicken, my favorite is kumnae, which is spelled as kup and ne. Like yes, ne. Kumnae. Kumnae is my favorite of the chicken brands. If you work at Kumnae and you want a YouTuber to make a video eating 100 pounds of chicken in 24 hours, contact me. I will do it. You don't have to pay me. Just give me the chicken. Give me all that chicken. 100 pounds of chicken. Yeah, Kumnae is really good. And there are a couple other chicken places I also like. Gyochon is pretty good too, but Gyochon is also one of the most expensive. They've been around for a long time though. They know what they're doing. And then there are some really good chicken restaurants in Suwon as well, because they have an actual chicken street in Suwon. After the Korean War, black soldiers from America, and probably in the UN as well, but black soldiers from America went to Korea during the Korean War. And after the Korean War, they introduced their recipes. So this is, Southern cooking to Korea. And that's where all this whole chicken craze in Korea started. But Suwon was one of those places also. So there's the Suwon River, which was a popular place for people to open up chicken restaurants, because they would go down, literally, they would go down to the river, wash the chicken. I know it's not sanitary by today's standards, but this is the 50s. So they would go down to the river, they'd wash their chicken there, and then bring it back to their restaurant and serve it, fry it up. So it's gonna be okay after it's deep fried. But yeah, so that's where a lot of the restaurants open. So there's like a street there that's all chicken restaurants. And they have some places there that are from the 70s. I don't know if they have any places from the 50s, but they do have places that are from like the 70s, and maybe they have some from the 50s. But anyway, some of that chicken though, it's really good. Like because it's all chicken restaurants, if you're not really good, you're not going to survive there. No one's going to go to your restaurant. So as a result, it's all pretty good. So anytime I'm in Suwon, I always go there if I really want chicken. The funny thing is though, even though chicken in Korea originally came from black recipes, right? Is that the word? You know what I'm talking about. Southern style recipes from blacks who lived in America, who served over in the Korean War. Korea took it seriously. So often, not always, but usually in general, the chicken they make here, the Korean chicken tastes better than what I would get back in the US. With some exceptions. There is a really good restaurant I like in Los Angeles called Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. Their chicken is fantastic, like crying tears of happiness while eating it. It is so good. But besides some exceptions, regular Korean chicken, I think, can beat the pants off of anything in the US, like KFC, Popeyes, I think is okay in the US, but Korean chicken is usually on another level. They take it seriously. I don't know what everyone's opinion is. What do you think? If you've had Korean chicken, they also have BBQ in the US though now. And BBQ in the US, I've had it. It's not bad. It's okay. It's kind of similar to how you would get it in Korea. But I want to know what does everyone else think? What do you think about chicken in Korea versus chicken in your country? Is it better? Is it the same? Is it worse? Hilda, Pollo Loco. Okay, El Pollo Loco is pretty good, but it's different. So I can't really compare El Pollo Loco to Korean, because Korean, while they have fried chicken just like we do in the US, they don't have El Pollo Loco. They don't have that kind of seasoned meat. They also don't have those kinds of tortillas. You can buy flour tortillas from the store, but they're usually like the giant, like, I don't know, they're just not the same. El Pollo Loco though is fantastic. Yeah, I really like that. But I wouldn't call it necessarily fried chicken. It's just more like grilled chicken. Like, Yeah. Okay, let's see a few more comments. You're making me want to go to Korea so bad, says Rachel. Chicken, yeah. 한국 사람들은 음식에 진심이죠, yeah. Koreans are serious about food. Korean culture is so food-centric, which is just perfect for me because I love food. I love thinking about like, what should I eat? Like comparing restaurants, trying to find like you have food at this restaurant and you keep talking about, oh, it's really good, but this is different than this place. But this is better than that place. Oh, but talking about it like that. Koreans love that stuff too. Everything you do in Korea is centered around what are you going to eat? And I like that. So Koreans are very serious about their food. Not just Korean food, but like just any food that they make. So yeah, chicken is one of those too. Enormosaurus says, which airline did you fly this time? If I remember right, you were going to try a new airline. Yes, I did. So I did this actually last year as well. I flew to Korea on Korean Air last summer. And I flew back last summer on a different airline called Air Korea, which is fairly new. They've only been around for a few years. At the time, Air Korea was like 2/3 the price of Korean Air. So it was significantly cheaper. And the service was mostly the same. It was like 90% there. The food options were abysmal. The entertainment selection is a joke. There is nothing. Like an iPod you found in the back of your mom's car from like 2007 has a better content selection than the infotainment screens that they have on Air Korea. But I took it again this time, still because it was about $50 cheaper than Korean Air, so it's not really a big difference. But still, just to save a little bit of money, I did it. It's okay. It's serviceable. You don't get anything. You don't get anything better than Korean Air. In fact, it's worse. Service-wise, it's worse. Not in a bad way, just comparatively, it's not as good. Food's not as good. Food quantity smaller. Service is not as great. At Korean Air, if your bag's like a couple pounds over, they don't care. If it's like, it's supposed to be 23 kilograms max per bag. If it's 23.5, Korean Air doesn't care. They'll throw it through. If it's 24, they don't care. They'll throw it through. If it's 25, they might say, oh, it's a little heavy, but you have another bag that's underweight, so we'll let it go through. Air Korea doesn't do that. If it's over 23, like 23.2, then you have to pay. They also are very picky about like exactly the size of the bags you bring. So unless you really want to save like $50 like I did, just go with Korean Air. It's better. I think that for what they're offering, it really needs to be 2/3 of the price of Korean Air. But if it comes up cheaper for you, just know from experience, I've taken that flight now 3 times with Air Korea. It's not bad. You're not getting a bad thing if you take it. It's not like sketchy or anything. It's okay. Just this again. Z says, do you feel awkward walking past people while live streaming? No, I don't feel awkward. I feel a little bit cautious. Like I want to make sure that they don't think that I'm streaming them. So that's why I don't have my phone like this. I don't, if you can tell the angle, I'm holding it like this to the side of me because that way they don't think, because if I hold it in front, they might think I'm filming them, even though I'm not. So I have it to the side so that they think, maybe I'm filming I'll show you what the other side looks like. They'll think, oh, maybe he's just filming the lake. Yeah, it looks really pretty. As far as they know, I'm just filming this. Hey, Kai prepares to send my first typo-free message of the night. Okay, now I got to check. Let's see. Well, you didn't capitalize prepares and you didn't have a period on there, but I'll accept that. Since that's in asterisk, that's okay. Good night, Billy. This was a chill, interesting live, comma. And I hope you have a great day. Thank you so much, Kai. I really appreciate it. Thanks for joining us today. I'll stream just for 10 more minutes. And then I should also probably go get lunch because it's now noon. And of course, I'm going to stream again probably next month, at least once a month. I'll try to do while I'm here. Let's do a couple more questions and then we'll stop the stream. So if you have any questions I haven't answered and I've been too busy talking, now's your chance to get them in. I'm going to be reading the chat a little bit more closely. It would look like I'm FaceTiming if I didn't have a selfie stick. So if someone sees me, I clearly am holding a selfie stick, so it looks like I'm filming, not that I'm just FaceTiming. That's the reason why. I don't think they wouldn't think I'm calling someone. Post food pics to Discord. Okay, after I get my lunch today, I'll post the pictures of that to Discord as well. I flew for the first time since I was a toddler this past week, and I hated the airports in the US. Yeah, Lily Reagan, I'm sorry about that. It's my fault. I'm the one who built the airports. I designed them. I also started the TSA. I'm really, really sorry for that. It was a mistake on my part. I don't know what I was thinking, designing them that way, putting everything in there. Yeah. The airports in the US, I'd say more than anything, I understand that they're big. I understand that people are busy. You know, they have to go through a lot of people and, you know, they get tons of traffic. But what I don't understand is why they have to be so rude about it sometimes. Or maybe not just rude, but like not friendly. I mean, travelers can come from all over the world. They might be exhausted, but some of the people who work at the airports that I've been in the US, they are not happy. They don't want you there. They don't want to talk to you. They don't want to help you. So yeah, I kind of wish that was better. So I apologize for that. Next time I design an airport, I'll keep that in mind. Jonathan says, as someone living in Korea now who used your book 5 years ago to prep my move, I'm glad to see you're doing well. I've recommended your books to many new expats. Oh, thank you, Jonathan. Oh, and you are living in Korea now. So I guess, how's your Korean doing? That's what I'm curious about. Hopefully you're still working to continually improve all aspects of your Korean listening and speaking. Deva Shri says, this is my first time here. Welcome. Adrian says, hi, how can I learn Korean words faster without romanization? Okay, now I'm going into like I have no idea where I am. Am I still in Olympic Park? I don't know. I've just been walking for 2 hours. Okay, back to Adrian's question. How can I learn Korean words without romanization as a person who just learned the alphabet? There's nothing wrong with romanization for learning the alphabet, only because you have no reference point at all for how to read these sounds. You need something. At the same time, none of the sounds are accurate. It's kind of like you're learning something by learning, like everything you're learning about romanization is wrong because none of it is actually representative of what the language sounds like. There's no way I'm still in Olympic Park. This is like a bike trail. Anyway, so it's okay. It's okay to use it with the alphabet, but as soon as you're putting words together, you need to get as far away from that as you can. If you see a resource that uses it, mark it, like cross it off, or just don't look at it. It will hold you back, because just know that as a beginner, I'll tell you this. Anyone who knows Korean will also tell you this. 100% of romanization is wrong. None of it matches with English. None of it. Even as close as some of the letters are, it doesn't match. Like even something as simple as like the letter for M, the mium, is not an M. It's more of one of the nasal sounds in Korea. So it's softer. So you don't say ma like we would in English. You go ma, ma. It's more of a nasal sound. So everything is wrong from the start. So just understand you're not going to be fast at reading it until you're fast at speaking anyway. So just don't worry about it. You don't have to be a fast reader of Korean, because when you can read Korean fast, that means you can speak Korean fast anyway. I'm lost. I'm totally lost. I see like a wall off in the distance, another wall, and a building way over there. There's no way I am in Olympic Park anymore. I have no clue where I am. 30 minutes ago, I was like, yeah, this is still Olympic Park, just the other end of it. But now I'm like, no, I have no clue where we are. Hopefully I'll recognize something. Or unless this park just goes around in a circle and then I'm just stuck here all day. Hopefully not. There's a sign that says you can call 119, which is 911 essentially, if there's an emergency. Maybe I have to, hopefully I don't need that. Hopefully I can find my way out of here. Someone says find Lotte Tower. Yeah, you know what? That would be a great idea if I could see it. That there's no way I could see it. I can't see anything. Google Maps is your friend, Izzy says. No, Google Maps, for anyone who doesn't know, Google Maps is not your friend in Korea. Google Maps does not work well in Korea. It's glitchy. It doesn't locate you. It doesn't have correct information. I would not use it. Maybe they'll fix it someday. But a part of the problem is that I heard the Korean government, or at least Naver as a company, or whatever company controls access to maps, maybe it's the government, does not want a foreign company being successful in Korea. So they prioritize just Korean companies to have access to that information. So what I understand is that Google doesn't actually have access to their accurate maps. They have to just go off of what they can find on their own. It doesn't work. You want to use either Naver Maps or Kakao Map in Korea. I use Kakao Map most of the time. I found it gives it's a little bit easier for me to read, but most people I think prefer Naver Map. So use whichever. Yeah. Okay, I have no clue where we are. Let's go over here. Let's get out of here. I'm so lost. I mean, yeah, if I shut off the stream, I can turn on maps. I can find out where I am. And I also could call a taxi at any moment to get out of where I am. So I'm not really worried. But right now I'm streaming, so it's kind of fun. I have no clue where I'm going. Okay, next question. I used Google Maps to track myself and the direction I was heading. That's fine. Use it like a GPS, just to see where you are and where the area you're in. It'll work for that because it can get GPS data and they have maps. Just don't use it for navigating around where you want to go. But if you just want to open up to see where am I, what direction am I heading, kind of like a paper map, sort of like a compass, then it works fine. Yeah. Hey, Stitchy. Stitchy. It's my friend Stitch Love. 점심 뭐 먹을까? Right now I have no clue where I am. I'm so lost. Okay. I'm sure that's not Olympic Park anymore. Let's see, what do I see? Can I see Lotte Tower again? No. I can't see Lotte Tower. I see a building written in Hanja. 수영장? 수영장, I think it is. So swimming pool? No, that can't be. That's too big to be a swimming pool. I guess it is. Yeah, because there's the athletics building over there too. Yeah, oh, I see. Okay. So I'm next to the Seoul Physical Education Middle School. I guess there's a middle school that's focused on physical education that's in Seoul. I don't know where I am though besides that. I'm just walking toward what I think is the main road. Okay, let's see. You're by the sports complex. Tamsir. Yeah, that's where I am. I'm in Tamsir because that's right next to the Olympic Park is in Tamsir. So I'm somewhere there. And here's the Taeuk Daehakyu. Oh, I guess the middle school is right next to the college. Zandria says, I remember 2 years ago you found that Buffalo Bill shed, and I thought we're about to just watch Billy get kidnapped. And I kept the stream on just so I can help the cops find you later. I appreciate that. So nice of you to say. I'm glad I was safe. So channel, I just call you So channel, it's easier. Can you talk about your experience with cold noodles? So you're talking about naengmyeon. I like naengmyeon, it's really good. However, when I eat naengmyeon, I get so excited by how delicious it is that I slurp the entire bowl in like 5 minutes. So good. The only problem is my stomach can't digest it that well because I didn't chew it. Because what am I supposed to do? Like chew it like a caveman? No, I just swallow that. Slurp it down and one can't even breathe. I'm just like drinking it and it's so good. But yeah, so regular naengmyeon kind of upsets my stomach, so I try not to eat it too often. The Pyongyang variety, they have so Korea naengmyeon is that there are actually two kinds. There are always two kinds, but the Pyongyang variety didn't really exist very much until a few years ago. Maybe about 4 or 5 years ago, it started to kind of pop up and you can find places that have both. But originally it was just the other variety, which I believe is just hamhung. They're both from North Korea, but there's like Pyongyang and hamhung style. Hamhung is the regular type that's kind of sweet. And then the Pyongyang one is like bland and it has more of a deep flavor. Okay, now we're on a main road. Now I can kind of figure out where we are. This feels a little better. Okay. The Pyongyang noodles, those ones are different type of noodle that it doesn't hurt my stomach because they're softer. The noodles are much more delicate and my stomach's fine with them. But it doesn't taste as good as the hamhung style. Pinkful Days says, 난 평양 냉면 안 먹어요. 맛없어요. A lot of Koreans feel that way. I'd say most Koreans don't prefer the Pyongyang style because it's not that it 맛없어요. It's not that it's disgusting 맛없어요, but it's like 맛없어요. Literally 맛없어요. There is no flavor. It's really bland. That's what they mean. I agree. It's bland. But if you go to a place that makes it really well, like a legitimate, say, I love North Korean noodles. Well, yeah, I mean, they're both North Korean. Both kinds are North Korean. But if you go to a restaurant that's known for making their Pyongyang naengmyeon, so not just a regular restaurant that has naengmyeon, but an actual naengmyeon restaurant, then I think that Pyongyang naengmyeon is pretty good. But it's true that if you just go to a regular restaurant that has, like, they sell, donkasu, they have, like, bibimbap, they have everything, and they have Pyongyang naengmyeon, don't get it. You're going to be disappointed because it's one of those things where you have to be really skilled. You have to really know the recipe to make it taste good. And then in that case, it'll taste pretty good. But if you just go to a regular place to get it, you're going to hate it. Okay, let's see. Where are we? I'll show you kind of where we are now. Okay, I'm not too far from 올림픽 대교, the Olympic Bridge. 왕십리. Am I at? Oh my God, no, I can't be there. I'm not near. Okay, that's if you go that direction, I'll get to 왕십리. Okay. It says though that Olympic Park, I need to make a left for if I was driving. So that maybe it's down here. Maybe if I just go right back down here, I'll get to the Olympic Park again. 꼭 불어서 뚝뚝 끊기는 것 같은 느낌. Yeah. So you don't like it because the noodles are all like 불어. That means they are too soft. They're mushy. Like they just break apart. They absorb too much water. Yeah, they are a little bit like that. They can be a little bit mushy. That's why I'm saying you have to go to a place that's really good to try it. Otherwise, it's just horrible. They'll give it to you and you eat it right away. You don't want to let it sit around. It has to be fresh noodles. If the restaurant specializes in something else and they have 평양 냉면, they're not going to know what they're doing. They're just going to cook them too long or whatever. They're going to make them too hard or too mushy. So that's why. I was supposed to end this stream 7 minutes ago, but I'm lost. So I want to end it when I can find... Switch ears here. As soon as I can find somewhere that I recognize, then I'm going to end this. Famous last words. 5 hours later. No, but I think my opinion is I think I'm going to come up as soon as I come up around this this corner up here. There's like an intersection right here. As soon as I come up to that intersection, my opinion is that it's going to open up and I'm going to see the Olympic Park like right around there. But we'll see. Either way, I'm getting lots of exercise. It is said that Billy is still wandering to this day. You know what? I'm okay because why? I got some nice donations today. Enormosaur bought me lunch with a $200 donation. I got a lot of exercise both by walking and then by doing 200 dabs. My arms are still sore, but that's good, Exercise is healthy. Oh, I'll tell you guys a secret. I haven't announced this, but 2 weeks. So not this Saturday, but the next Saturday. I'll announce it, I believe. Let's see, is this next Saturday? Or the Saturday after that? Maybe. Yeah, I think next Saturday. So not this week, not this coming one. You know what I'm saying. Anyway, I'm going to be doing a fan meetup in Seoul. I haven't picked the day yet. Is that the park? Is that the park? No, that can't be the park. I'm going to be doing a fan meetup sometime. Oh, I can see it. Yay! There it is. Oh, yeah, I'll show you. There it is. We found it. We're not lost anymore. I'll be doing a meetup probably, hold on, let me see if I can cross the street here. It's green. Somewhere here in Seoul. Maybe the same place that I always do it, even though I don't like there, at the Han River. Unless someone has a better suggestion, I'll probably be doing it again at the Han River. If you do have a suggestion, please let me know. Let me know on Discord. And yeah, we'll do another meetup there. Okay, this is not Olympic Park anymore. This is 송파 둘레길, which I believe I know where it is. I think I know where I am. It's not the Olympic Park, but I have been in this area before because I know someone who actually not lives, but works right across the street here, I believe. Um, yeah, I think I know where I am. Okay. Okay, we're good. We're good. I'm not lost anymore. Let's go down here. But yeah, so I'll be doing another fan meetup. So if you're here in Korea and you'd like to meet me, probably next Saturday, like 13 days from today, we'll meet up. Sandria says, I love the new classes. Great conversation practice. Glad you like it. I'm really glad you like it. I put a lot of work into that, as well as the book. It was harder than I thought to release both of them at the same time, because some things I had to wait to finish the video course until after I had made the book and edited it, and then edited the video course, and then recorded the video course, and then updated the book with my edits. So I had to like go back and forth several times doing edits just to make sure it was as perfect as I can get it. Typos and stuff like that. So it ended up being a lot more work than I thought. I thought I would I'll just make the book first and then I'll make the video course. It wasn't like that. But it turned out great. I'm really happy about it. I think I said I know where I'm going. I think I still know where we're going. Right? Is this? No, I know what? I think I was wrong. I think I do know this area though. I have been to this area before, but it might be on the other side of this walking path, which is where I'm next to right now. So I kind of know the area though. I'm not as lost as I was before. I should be able to take a bus from somewhere where I'm at. Anywhere around here, I'll be able to find a bus to get back to the subway station. So it's not a big problem. Oh. But yeah. Anyway, I'll stop the stream. I'll take one more question, and then I'll stop the stream. Cyber Dragon says, I'm confused how to pronounce the lir. Is it pronounced like an L or an R? Jitendra Sonija says no. Is that like an actual no, or is that like a Darth Vader no? Cyber Dragon, it is, if you have to pick one, I'll just say it's never R. Never. In no situation, in no tongue position, in no word is it ever an R. Because an R is made without the tongue touching anything in your mouth. The R is made by putting the tongue down and kind of squishing it a little bit back into your mouth. Like try to say the word raw, like, R-A-W, raw. Your tongue's not touching anywhere on the top or the bottom of your mouth. So it's never an R. If you have to pick R or L, it's neither. It's also not an L, but it is closer to an L. You make it with your tongue as if you're gonna say a D in English. So like delight, dog, darn, that sort of D. That's where you position your tongue, but then you make an L sound from that position. So instead of saying raw, sorry, it's not an R. Instead of saying, let's see, with an L. Instead of saying, let's try to find a word that starts with D that would work. Let's just do da, D-A, da. But instead of saying da, you say da, but then you say it as an L. So la. From that D position, you say L, and then you practice that a bit because you're not going to be saying it as blah, but practice letting your tongue relax and actually making the L sound from that spot. So don't move your tongue and actually say L, but say it from the D spot. That's the sound. You'll have to practice that a lot from all the different sounds you can make, but that's the tongue position. So if it's either L or R, it would have to be an L, but it's also not an L, if that helps. And in the middle of a word, it also doesn't become an R. So what happens is, for like a word like sarang, you might think, oh, it sounds like sarang, like an R. It's still the same thing, but it's softer. When it hits that spot in the middle of a word, it ends up giving you a softer sound. Just physically, that's what happened. When you make a D sound in the middle of a word, it gets softer. And that's what happens in Korean too. But it doesn't ever become an R. You're never leaving your tongue off of the roof of your mouth. It still taps there, but that's why you get a slightly different sound. And then at the end of a word, like mil, it sounds like an L, right? Because it's hitting that same spot, the D spot. But you interpret that, your ear interprets that as an L because that's what you're used to. When are you having lunch? That's a great question. When am I having lunch? I'm supposed to go back to my apartment. Get changed, or probably get lunch first. I was gonna get lunch at that spot near the Olympic Park, but let me see where I am. I have no idea. There is a park here. There's a park. Oh, I see a park over here. Let's see what this is. Right now I'm crossing over a bridge. Some park here. Oh, I think this is the same park I was at before. How did I? Yeah, this is where I was at before. How did I get here? What? That's one of the statues I saw before I started getting lost and really walking everywhere. Where was? Oh, I'm back at the Olympic Park. I'm back at the Olympic Park. How did this happen? I don't even know where I'm going. Let's see if I can find a map here. Okay. Let's find let's see if I can find one. Where am I right now? They're supposed to say you're here. There's supposed to be like a star that says you're here, but I don't see it. Where is it? Where is it? Where? I swear, there's no sign, there's no star that I can see that says where you are right now. No idea. No idea. 121 of you are lost together with me. We'll find a way out of this madness. We'll find a way out. Oh, here's another map. Maybe this one shows. Okay. Oh, this one does. Okay. So this one says I'm right here. 현 위치 is literally, 현 is like right now. And then 위치 is location. So your location now. Or here, I guess you can translate it as. We want to go to Olympic Park 공원역. So Olympic Park Station. So that means, let's see. Well, what direction do we go? I have no, what direction do we go then? That's not helpful. Where's the, okay, if I can find this place, or I can find anywhere. Okay, I see behind me is the Children's Museum. So the Children's Museum is right behind me. So if I go, what? I guess, oh, okay, I see. Wait, that means I need to go back this way. Yeah, I think I have to go back this way. My phone is at 30%. Am I going to find a way out? Someone says use a map. I can't because my phone will cancel this live stream if I open up a map. Someone else, please use the map and tell me, where do I go? Okay, I think I can go through here as a shortcut. Okay, let's get another question. Ask locals. Ask for directions. No. I'm a guy. We don't do that, right? No, I'm just joking. I sometimes do that. Yeah, I probably should ask someone for directions. If I... It's just embarrassing, you know? It's like, do you know where I am? I don't know where I am right now. But yeah, I could probably ask someone. I think though, according to the map, it should be this way. Because that's what it looked like on the map in that direction. But also, it's possible I could ask someone and they have no clue. Okay, if I don't see any signs that I'm heading in the right direction after this turn up here, then I'm gonna ask. TKD says, does Jeremy prefer to speak to you in English or Korean? I think English, but he's fine speaking with me in Korean. Whenever we're filming the videos, he knows that we do them in Korean. He's totally fine. He doesn't complain. But if we're just talking, just me and him, he prefers English. But sometimes when we're around other people, if I just want to tell him something like secretly, he never tells me like, Daddy, speak English or anything like that. He'll just reply in Korean. Okay, I've never been in this place before. I'm getting in my steps today though, I'll say that. Definitely. 저기 혹시 그 올림픽 공원역으로 가려는데요. 혹시 이쪽이 맞는 건지 맞아요? 예.
냇물 따라 쭉 가면 나와요.
아, 그래요?
냇물 따라가면
네네.
다리가 있는데
네.
그 다리를 올라가면 여기에요.
아, 감사합니다.
그 또랑 따라서 가면.
네, 그냥 따라서 가면 알아서 나오는. 감사합니다. And then Camila says, does he speak Korean with his mom? Yes. He'll speak exclusively in Korean with my waifu, with his mom. It's exclusively in Korean. That's something that we purposely try to do. It's a conscious choice because I know that, oh, hey, wait a second. Does anyone recognize this? Looks like some JYP. Maybe it's a fast food store. Maybe they sell fast food there. I don't know. $100 and I will walk over to JYP and visit that building. There's like so many bugs around here. Run before he performs for you. Yes. No, I doubt JYP is in that building. If I had a building with my name on it, actually I would stay in there all day. So he should be in there if he's anything like me. The older guy that I asked for directions though was really friendly. I felt like he would have been totally fine if I had kept talking with him. I really want to get back to get lunch, so. But you can kind of tell when you start talking with someone, does this person want to talk with you or are they like just too busy? No, he gave the vibes of like, he's totally cool if I wanted to talk with him. So that was nice. He was friendly. He's like, yeah, just go over, there's like a bridge. You go up that bridge, you'll be right there. I think he might've been talking about this, actually this bridge right here, which I'm now on. Yes, I think he was talking about this. I'll also have to check. Yeah. I think he was talking about, because here now it's signs saying Olympic Park. So I might check another map just to see exactly which way I should turn. But this seems correct. At least I know now I'm back in Olympic Park, somewhere in Olympic Park. I'll just have to find another map to see exactly how do I get back to the station. So, okay, if my phone dies or we get back to the station, that's when I'm stopping the stream. Now, if my phone dies, hopefully I'll be okay. I should be able to find my way back. Oh yeah, here's the place that I was before where you could hear like the disco music coming out. Is this it? This is... Okay, see where my phone's at. 28%, okay. It's gonna go fast though. Once it goes under 20%, it's like, it doesn't know where the battery's at anymore. The phone's now like 3 years old. It's an S21 from 2021. Is that a purse? Oh, someone asked about my purse. It's, it's an echo bag. It's just one of those side bags. So here in Korea, you don't have to be worried about people thinking you're not cool if you carry around a purse and you're a guy. It's wonderful. I can wear a purse. I can wear makeup. I can just be free to be myself here. Unfortunately, if you're a girl, you still don't get pockets. I'm sorry. Korea's not that advanced yet. 여의도로 와주세요. 여의도 is nice. Yeah, 여의도 is... I'll probably go there, like, I think for my fan meetup. Okay, I see another building here. I'm definitely getting in my steps for today. Okay, this is one of those other buildings I was at before, I think. Okay, those people are cleaning up the, we saw them before, they're cleaning up the, that outdoor stage. They're still doing that. Hurry it up, guys, come on. I mean, you've had like 2 hours still cleaning up the stage. Should be done in like 5 minutes, right? That gigantic stage. Okay. I'm seeing civilization. There's hints of civilization around here. Lily Regan says, my phone is good. Who knows how many years old? It lives at 100%, 2%, or dead. Nothing else. Yes. Mine's not that bad. I think that the phone I got is actually pretty good. It's good at managing its battery. It doesn't like quickly drop the battery. It'll go from like 100 to 80% in like 30 minutes. But then from there, it's realistic. All the way down from like 80 until like 20%. And below 20%, it's like dead. It doesn't know what's going on. It'll say like 15% left and then it suddenly just shuts off. It did that before. Yeah, okay, I see the stage. I see the stage, we're getting closer. And I think right here, this is that building that I showed you where they were having the K-pop concert. Oh, I think I'm getting back home. Well, not really home, I'm staying in Hongdae this time. But getting closer to where we started this whole thing. There's a forklift went by. He tried to kill me with the forklift. Oh yes, this is the stage. This is that stage. They're pulling out everything here. You got all the trucks. Everything. Are they packing or coming here? There's so many, all these chairs. I guess they're packing up. Or they're setting up for my my fan meetup. Which one of you told him? Which one of you told him I wanted to do a fan meetup? You shouldn't have. That was so nice of you. You shouldn't have. I don't know if they have enough chairs though. I only saw like maybe 1,000 there. I know for my fan meetup we're gonna need at least 12. Yes, at least 12. I think for my fan meetups, normally we've averaged about like 40 people, 30 to 40 people for each one. I don't know how many it'll be this year, but I'm expecting somewhere around that again. About half new people, half people from previous times. Rachel said my old phone was 100%, 1% or in heaven. Yeah. My laptop is actually going that route. It says 100%, 98%, and then it's 0%. It just shuts off. So it has to live plugged in permanently, which is unfortunate because it's a very good laptop, but it is 4 years old. And I'm not able to replace the battery because the batteries are out of stock on the website. So even if I wanted to give it a new life, I can't. But it's okay. I don't need the laptop unplugged anyway. Every time I use it, it's at my desk for like editing videos when I'm in Korea, that sort of thing. So it's fine. It is unfortunate though. Batteries are only good for like 2-3 years and then they start to die. Oh, we're back. We're back, everyone. Do you remember my friend? This tiger thing? We're such good friends. You know, we're so close, I just call it a tiger thing. It calls me Billio. What is the K-pop group performing? Like I said earlier, I think it was a group called Highlight. But I had never heard of them. Now I have. And there are a lot of people waiting to go see their concert. But it wasn't like so many people that they were like some giant group or anything. If it was a legitimate, like, you know, I don't mean legitimate as they're not legitimate or anything, but if it was like one of the more popular, well-known groups, this whole entire place would have been full. I wouldn't have been able to even come here. Well, this is interesting. I don't know what it is. It's just an art installation, but it looks pretty. One month left for WWH. Are you talking about the, is that like WWE or WWF? There's WWH now. Back in my day, we had WWF, and then they thought they were too cool and they rebranded. I guess they're rebranding again. Yeah, I'm kidding. Yeah, Gene, also known as Worldwide Handsome. Just joking, I knew that. I totally knew that. I totally remembered that. Yes. No, that's right, but this year, hold on. Is their concert again going to be this year or next year? No, it's next year, right? Next summer. Although I know Gene is going to be out soon, but their big concert I think is going to be next year, right? Oh, and for anyone wondering, yeah, I'm safe. I'm out. We're back where we started, which is a good thing. I can see the sign right here says Olympic Gongwon backward. Yeah, next year, summer, I believe it's June, I think. June or July is what I remember hearing. That's going to be insane. I would go to their concert if I could, but I know it's going to be impossible to get tickets. So we'll see. I think I'll finish my stream right in front of here. And then there's some restaurants. Let me show you that real quick. So there's you can't read it, but there's a restaurant that says Paris Croissant, which is basically Paris baguette, the fancy version. Kind of like, you know, Panda Express or Grand Panda. It's like Paris Croissant. So it's basically Paris baguette, but they have actual food. And then there's some cafes here. They have nakji. So what's squid, like spicy nakji. A couple cafes. Some Korean restaurant over there. I don't know what I'm gonna eat, but I think I'm gonna eat here, just because it's convenient. G Tendra asks, is it hard to get vegetarian food? Yeah, yes and no. I don't know anyone who's vegetarian, so I would like to someday do a video together with them. But from what I've heard is that yes, but if you know where the places are that have it, then no. There are lots of places that serve it, but you can't just go to a regular place and expect that they're going to have options that you want if you're vegetarian. So just know that you're going to want to have a list of places that you can go. Okay, I think I'm going to go. I think this is enough. It's now been 2.5 hours. We got lost. We found our way back. Somehow we walked around the entire park, left it, went to the next park, and then got back here, which I'm impressed, even myself, without using GPS. Thank you everyone for coming. I'll do another one of these maybe next month, and I will see you next time. Let's check, make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, see you everyone. 그럼 다음에 또 봐. Bye.